Claude Code just dropped 24/7 agents. Now you can actually schedule your Claude Code agents to work for you 24/7. Now, what does this mean? You're able to schedule certain tasks with Claude Code, and you can execute all your Python scripts or any agentic workflow you have created with scheduled time slots that you set up for yourself. Now, Claude already released something like this for Cowork about 2 weeks ago, but they just released it for Claude Code as well. And in this video, I'm gonna go through everything about this release and the benefits, the negatives, and how this can be implemented into your workflows. So let's get straight into it. So now we actually have native scheduled tasks built into Claude Code. So before, the closest thing to this was Clawbot. And recently Claude has seen that and they're coming for Clawbot. So they did add this automation shift. Before, it was just us manually prompting every time we wanted to run a workflow, but now we can natively schedule unsupervised tasks that work 24/7. Now there's actually two ways we can build this. The first way is using the desktop UI. So I don't know if you guys know this, but Claude Code actually built a desktop application, and inside there you can use Claude Code, Cowork, and their regular Claude chat box. Now this is kind of what the application looks like. As you can see, we have Cowork at the top here, and then we have Claude Code. Now, this is their built-in Claude Code, so that you don't really need an IDE. You can just use Claude Code straight from Claude without even opening a terminal. Much more user-friendly, and if you guys haven't checked this out yet, I highly recommend it. It's basically the same as using an IDE. You can select a folder here to use a project. You can also select a GitHub repo, so you can work straight with GitHub. And here you can choose for the permissions or plan mode or whatever mode you want it to work on. So they actually added on the left here, you can see scheduled. So if you click here, you can actually schedule your tasks. So how do you create a scheduled task? You just click new task here. You can name your task. You can give it a description, and then you can give it a prompt over here. You can pick the model that you want the prompt to use. Also the permissions, you can auto accept. And then you can select the file or folder that you want to run this prompt to. Then here you can pick the frequency. So right now we can set a manual one. We can do hourly, we can do daily, weekdays, or weekly. So there's a lot of options here. We can also pick the time of the day that we want to run it. So for example, you can schedule a certain Python script, or you can even schedule an entire workflow and kind of prompt it as if you were prompting the chat box in Claude Code or Anti-Gravity for your entire project. So the other way that you can use this is on the client side with a /loop command. So the command would look something like this, /loop 30m, so every 30 minutes to check the build. You can have maximum of 50 active tasks, and basically under the hood, it just uses a cron create, cron list, and cron delete kind of methods, and that's how it's able to do this. This is session scoped, so this only runs in your terminal, and as soon as you close the terminal, it stops the loop. But what's cool with the desktop version is that even if you close the terminal or you restart the terminal, it's going to keep running and always have that scheduled task active. So basically in the backend, all it's doing is turning our natural language prompt into a cron so that it can work as an automation. What's also really good about this is in standard scripts, we have, for example, step 1, step 2, and then there could be an error and it'll just break and stop working. But with this, it's actually running a agent so that it can self-heal and fix itself. So for example, if we ran into an error, it's going to analyze the error, try and fix it, figure out what's the issue, and then actually update the code so that it won't run into that issue again. So this whole scheduled agent running is actually a self-healing agent as well. So let's talk about the goods. So a good thing here is that it has infinite context. It runs with the exact same power as your manual sessions. It has full visibility into your entire project's architecture, so it can read all your files and it can fully understand what your project is about. It has access to all the active tools and bundle skills that you already put in your project, and it can actively read, execute, and refactor code while you sleep. So for example, it can even make changes to your code. If you want to run a kind of debugging self-healing task, you can do that. So let's go on to the bads. So there are a couple bads right now. I'm sure Claude Code are working really hard to, improve this, and I'm sure all these bads are going to be fixed quite soon. But for now, we have a couple constraints. So basically your hardware has to be running, it has to be turned on. So your physical computer must be awake. Also, the software has to be open, so your Claude application must be open and running for the task to execute. And like I was saying, for the client side, the slash loop tasks die instantly when you close your terminal. Also, there is a 7-day catch-up window, so if your desktop app wasn't open and you had a scheduled task for 7 a.m. and then you opened it at 8 a.m., it's still going to run that task just a bit late. This could be nice, but it could also screw you up if your task is super time sensitive. Then, you might have to watch out for this. So another bad thing is that it's stateless execution. So every scheduled run spawns a completely fresh session. There's zero built-in memory of the previous run, and there's no automatic context of past success, failures, or states. Now, I did recently create a video on how to fix the memory problem for Claude Code, so make sure to check out that video, and this should not be an issue. Another bad is the permissions roadblock. Unsupervised workflows cannot click approve. So if an agent needs to execute a dangerous bash command, delete a file, or use an API key, it halts and waits for your confirmation forever. So for a lot of these, it can just kind of stop your automation altogether. Now, a pro tip for the memory is kind of creating a custom state file that it kind of auto overwrites and updates every time you run the task. So for example, you have your Claude Code agent, it executes a task, it overwrites the state.md to keep it updated, and then wakes up and reads the state.md whenever you run that task again. So it's kind of like this memory healing loop where it keeps all the memory updated in that state.md file. So another pro tip is to bypass the permissions kind of issue. So what we could do is pre-configure local project settings. So audit your agent's exact workflow manually first, then update project settings to automatically deny specific dangerous bash commands like deletes. And by pre-denying the action, Claude immediately knows it's restricted and finds an alternative route without pausing to ask you. Also, there's not really a good notification or anything whenever one of these tasks run. So what you could do is if you want to get an alert, like a noise alert, you can create a notification hook. This is super simple. You could just tell Claude Code to set up a hook to play a sound every time a session finishes, and it'll simply do that for you. Another thing you could do is you can add a final step where it sends a message to your Slack, ClickUp, or any kind of messaging system you're using via a webhook to keep you updated on whenever one of these tasks finish. So the perfect architecture checklist: you want to make sure the core prompt is clear, bounded, and tested manually. So it's pretty important that the prompt is very specific to get repeatable and consistent results. So for intervals, we're going to do the desktop UI for durable habits. And maybe if you're in a session and you want to have loops there, you can use the /loop command instead. The state file, we have it overridden every run to defeat the Amnesia problem. Then for the guardrails, we have local settings updated to bypass permissions and pauses. So for the guardrails, we want to make sure our local settings are updated to bypass permission pauses, and then to set up a hook to ping us when a job is done. And that's basically all the information we have right now to start building our 24/7 AI employee. So Anthropic is working really hard to improve their entire AI ecosystem. And as you can see, I keep you guys updated with all the new news. So if you do enjoy, please make sure to leave a like and a subscribe. I am a newer channel and I'm trying to grow, so it does help a lot and means a lot to me. Also, if you want to learn more about AI, get all my AI resources all my skills, all my N8N templates, well then you can go in the description and join the school. I have everything over there. Also, if you're a business owner that needs help with AI or marketing, you can go ahead and check out my agency and book a call. I can help you out with that. Either way, I hope you guys had a great day and see y'all in the next one. Peace!